You ever looked at your life after 50, 60, or even older and feel like you're staring at a blank wall with a paint roller and no clue what you're going to paint the wall? Just because the clock is ticking doesn't mean you're done. To me, it means you don't get to stand still. You got to keep moving. Just because we're aging, the world seems to think we need to coast through life now. But coasting gets boring fast, don't you think? So we're coming up on a new year, new you. So make it practical, but we want to make it a little spicy too. We're not finding ourselves. We're right here, by the way. So it just means it's time to upgrade our version. A 2.0, if you will. Or if you've done this before in your life, maybe a 3.0. I don't know. But what I do know is I want a life that fits for what I want out of my future. I know this drill. I renovated. The Lisa Renee project is what we are. And renovation is an ongoing project. It's not like we're ever done. We're progressing. We're getting better. We're trying to improve. We're going to learn new things. I'm going to give you a blueprint today that's going to outline exactly what you need to do to set you up for a win this year. So vision boards are optional. Specificity, I love that word, even though I can't say it very well. It's not. Grab your notebook, list what you want more of and less of, and then there's a demolition and redesign. We're not recreating your 20s or your 30s or your 40s. We are redesigning who we are and with the intention of who we want to become. So I've got a list of questions, and I want you to start thinking about this, okay? If you need to pause and go back and write these down, that's okay, but they're all on my blog post, which I'll link below. Who do I want to be starting now? What experiences still call me? What skill or hobby have I shelved? What routine is bugging me? What habit do I have that I want to break? Where do I want to explore? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? These are all things we need to start thinking about so we can create the blueprint of how this year, next year, the new year is going to go. And a quick tip, if you don't write it down, this is going to be the year that is like the half-painted wall season of your life. I know, I do renovation metaphors all the time, sorry. The next thing you want to think about is knocking down old habits, getting rid of stuff. So old routines, autopilot nights, toxic people, out of here. You've got obligations you hate. You got to ask yourself, does this still fit who I am becoming, who I am going to step into, who I'm going to be in the future, that I'm going to meet this next year? List all the stuff you're tossing out. The obligations you hate, stop saying yes all the time. Habits that drain you. Negative voices, including your own. Get rid of that guilt. You have nothing to feel guilty about. This is your life and you're building it how you want. One of the major things that had to go in my life was wine. Every single night for decades. It was like that toxic best friend. You just can't seem to let go of her, but you're going to have to, or you're not going to be able to move forward. And the next step is building fresh habits, positive changes, things that are going to progress you and move you forward into that person that you want to become. So no dramatic, brand new me, all the speeches that you're running to the gym on January 1st. No, you gotta do stuff that you're going to create, habits that you're going to do, stack habits slowly, because, it's a fact that momentum builds confidence. And once you have confidence in doing something, you want to keep doing it over and over again. So here's a couple ideas. Get a morning checklist. I have a morning checklist for those of you who do it all. It's called the Do It All Morning Checklist and how to get things done. I linked that below. Learn one new skill every single month. I don't care what it is. Do some reading. Read a new book. Get a hobby. If you I don't know, do you like creating things? Do you want to build something? Do you want to start a new business? Maybe that's what you need to do this new year. Creative practice is also a good way. You start writing, you start painting, you start gardening. If this is the winter, beginning into the new year, why don't you plant some seeds that you can put out in the spring? Start that. And limit your tech time. Now, of course, if you want to watch my YouTube channel, that's okay with me. But that endless doom scrolling where you're on your phone and you start watching reels or shorts and you're just going, okay, yeah, puppy's cute. And you just keep scrolling and scrolling. You got to cut that down. If not, eliminate it for at least a while. The next step is going to be hard for a lot of you out there. I know it is. It's not hard for me to do. Not at all. I don't mind being with myself. But you got to upgrade your social circle. After 60, 5 real people in your life and friends are better than 50 acquaintances. People are anchors or they're launch pads. You decide who's working with you, who's helping you move forward, and who's holding you back. That's like that wine, that toxic best friend. Get rid of those toxic people in your life. You don't need them. You don't have to apologize for it either. Just stop less and less committing yourself to spending time with them, answering all their texts, all their phone calls. You can do it. You can just wean yourself off those people. Even write it down. Put a list of, on one column, the energizers, and on the other column, the drainers. Make a list. You don't have to show it to anybody. Nobody has to see it but you, and then throw it away later after you finish getting rid of the drainer list and keeping the energizer list. But don't have too many. Too many people can become a lot of noise, so be careful with that. But you also have to practice saying no. Hey, and commenting on my YouTube channel, that could be part of your upgrade. Oh, yeah, okay, all right, just saying. So you also have to level up your health. This is another step that is very, very important. Your body is the one renovation you can't really hire out. I mean, you can hire a trainer, but you got to do the work. You can get a facelift. Don't recommend it, but let's be real. You need to worry about the health inside of your body. Some practical basics here is move your body every day. Eat like your future you matters. Eat like you love yourself, actually. McDonald's doesn't count. Get your checkups. Stop putting off things that, you think something's wrong. Well, go have it checked out by somebody who knows, a medical professional. Try something new. Maybe you've never tried yoga because you think, oh, that's a bunch of woo-woo. No. Try it. You might like it. I do a lot of yoga poses when I'm stretching. But basically, I just created my own routine. Maybe you want to try swimming. Go to your local Y. I have a local community center that has an indoor-outdoor pool. Try something like that. I mean, you just got to future-proof yourself. Just like me, after having to ditch the wine, I started a whole exercise plan. I did weights. I've done yoga. I've done stretching. I've done walks in the woods, shake it up a little bit. And a lot of times I use Beachbody.com because they have such a variety of programs. And I have a coupon code that'll get you 15% off if you decide that's something for you. You can check that out in the links below. So the next step, it's invest in learning. You need some brain updates the older we get. You know how when if you don't update your phone, sometimes it gets a little buggy, or sometimes you have to turn it off and back on, and it's because it needs its update, and you need to do that yourself. If you don't learn continuously, you get a little stagnant, you get a little buggy yourself. Learn a new subject. Let's see, revive a shelved skill. What is something you've done in the past that you just no longer do anymore? Maybe it's something you want to try again. Follow other creators like me who make you think a little bit and help you, become a better you. And brain renovation is cheaper than, a remodel, a house remodel. And it's going to improve you, and it's more useful. And I know there's a lot of questions out there that are like, what if I just feel stupid doing all this stuff? What if people are like, good, that means you're trying. And what if I get pushback from my spouse or my family members or other friends? Stand your ground, be brief in your explanation, and redirect the conversation. Don't engage. What if you're someone like I've been for most of my life, and you're like, well, what if I keep slipping up? I said, start over. No drama. Just keep going. One small change at a time. You feel overwhelmed? Pick the easiest win and do it for 7 days. Something you're going to do. And then when you get that one done, go on to the next. So I've got a quick start checklist. Decide what you want more or less of in your life. Remove one draining habit or obligation. Add one tiny routine. Do a weekly check-in reminder. Check every week. How did you do last week? Join one community. Something new. One change, 1 week, and then just repeat it. And don't forget, I've got all the links that I mentioned below. My I Do It All morning checklist. It gets wins on the board early in the day, which sets you up for success the rest of the day. And if you're thinking a new income career pivot, check out my Link to Wealthy affiliate. I've been with them since 2021. No magic, no fluff, just an upgraded you. And now it's time for you to get to work. Let me know in the comments what you're going to renovate first, your habits, lifestyle. What part are you going to start renovating first? And please like and subscribe and share this with someone who might enjoy it as well. And I'll see you in the next one.